welcome to Half the Battle. Well, we're back to the comic this week.
With issue 33, Celebration. And if you look at the cover, it looks like Cobra Commander is finally getting his comeuppance. Somebody is pointing a gun at him while he's giving a speech.
It's a cover that promises quite a bit, but can it deliver?
Also, take a special note of the Cobra Trooper behind him. Now there's a look that says, oh crap, I'm a red shirt and he's a main character. I'm so screwed. The opening page has of course nothing to do with Cobra, but is at G.I. Joe headquarters. Yeah, as is becoming standard operating procedure, the comic switches between storylines throughout the pages.
So I'm just gonna tackle them one at a time, starting with the Joes.
They have finally completed a reconstruction of the pit after starting way back in issue 22. So they're having a big to-do with an opening ceremony and everything. The Joes have to take care of all the decorations and the catering themselves, because nobody in the military who usually takes care of that stuff has a high enough security clearance to be at the facility. That's why Blowtorch and Ripcord, who were quietly introduced last issue, are out shopping for decorations. Spirit has escaped from the medical facility because he's looking for old medicine. You know, for bullet wounds. So he goes to a florist to see if they have any plants with healing properties. By tasting them. A Native American goes into a flower shop to taste the plants. This is the kind of offensive bullcrap I expect to find in Adam Sandler movies, not G.I. Joe.
There's a reason all of this is happening, of course. It's our old friend Plot Convenience.
Because he spots the new Fred Crimson Guard outside, who looks just like the guy that tried to kill them in the last issue, but died. They really couldn't come up with a different reason for one of the guys who had seen the original Fred to be there. Like, I don't know, actually buying decorations? Nope, gotta go with a noble savage stereotype. So, Spirit confronts the confused Fred. And holy hell, the wife and kids are having none of it. Jewel kicks to the knee by the little Cobra brainwashies.
They grow up so fast.
After getting thoroughly pwned by the wife and kids, Spirit and the other two are in pursuit. Meanwhile, the story switches back to Joe headquarters for some comedy. Clutch wants to manage Scarlet and CoverGirl as a mud wrestling team. I'm not even kidding. Oh, Clutch, I've missed you.
No, I haven't.
Back at the mall, Fred II has gotten to his car, and his wife uses one of the grenades in her purse to blow up the Joe's Jeep. This also explains why Spirit went down like a sack of potatoes after getting hit by the thing. A Blowtorch picks up his flame suit that got thrown from the explosion, which raises two questions. One, how the hell didn't it get destroyed in the very large explosion? And two, why would you even pack that thing and take it with you when shopping for party decorations? The answer to both is, of course, because that's what the damn toy looks like. At this point, a bear wearing a party hat driving a van shows up.
Excuse me. Hello, Doctor? It's happening again. A bear this time.
Bungo the Balloon Bear offers to help them out, and they follow Fred to Electric Boogaloo, assuming this isn't all some hallucination. Fred uses the heat-seeking missiles that pop out of the trunk of the car.
Did I start reading a Mask comic by accident?
Thinking quickly, a Blowtorch sets a clothing recycling box on fire, making the missiles hit that instead. They sure went through a great lengths to give the flamethrower guy something to do in a car chase on a busy city road. Gotta shoehorn in those toys somehow. Anyway, the chase continues with Ripcord jumping on the frickin' roof of the car, getting shot at for his troubles. And, I gotta say, this whole chase wouldn't look out of place in a good action movie, a bear notwithstanding. Fred harder, hits the brakes, but Ripcord manages to hang on to the car decal. A decal, by the way, that is the frickin' Cobra symbol. A great job completely blending in while being deep undercover, you elite Crimson Guard agents.
That's like being a World War II Nazi spy and having a swastika on your briefcase.
Ripcord tries disabling the car by damaging the radiator, while Spirit saves him by swatting a gun out of the wife's hand. While calling her a squaw, because of course he goddamn does. I mean, seriously?
You know what? I'm just gonna read the Wikipedia article here. At present, the term is held to be extremely offensive, racist, and misogynistic to indigenous North Americans. Yeah!
Spirit pulls Ripcord clear as the car speeds off. Bungo, the bear, has had enough of this bullcrap and bails out as the Joes continue the chase. Only to lose them completely in the next panel. Okay, so there's actually a bunch of pages between those panels focusing on Cobra headquarters, but I thought the chase would go on. With the trail cold, they decide to just head back to Joe headquarters. And just in time too. General Austin is about to launch into a short speech, though it looks like he's got pages and pages of it, when they come in, releasing all the balloons in the van and completing their mission of getting decorations, prompting the general to throw away his speech. That's all well and good, but Bungo there was probably heading somewhere with all those balloons. Meaning, these jerks just ruined some kid's birthday party.
A-holes.
The general still has a bombshell to drop. The entire original Joe team, with the exception of Snake Eyes, is getting bumped up a pay grade and will become the administrative staff for the new headquarters, making the newer Joes the field team. Well, I say all the original team. He forgot to name-check Steeler, Grand Slam, and Clutch, but I assume they're included. Please, dear God, let Clutch be included. Snake Eyes remains operational because he's the only one with a new toy coming out.
I mean, because he's just that good.
Hawk 2 will get a desk job, becoming the official commander of the Joe team, giving field command to Duke, making it more in line with the cartoon series.
And that was Celebration. Overall... Oh, right, all the Cobra stuff.
Cobra's plot starts as Blood is making final preparations with the Baroness to send Billy in to assassinate Cobra Commander. When she leaves, she's confronted by Destro. She states he has never shown that he trusts her, despite their past. As a response, he takes off his mask. She's so shocked by this, she faints on the spot. Oh, come on, Baroness. Christopher Ecclestone isn't that ugly. When we see them next, they're checking out the stadium where the Cobra rally will be.
We never see her waking up, so I'm just gonna assume that Destro threw a bucket of water over her.
He isn't exactly happy with using a child as an assassin, hinting that he does have some principles. The next time we visit Cobra, the rally is underway, and I can't help but notice that both Cobra Commander and his bodyguards all have their backs to the Baroness and Firefly. Two people he knows are out to get him.
Great security there, guys!
Destro is up in the nosebleeds, where he spots Billy, and surprisingly recognizes him. He is of course up in the bleachers for no other reason than to add dramatic tension on the next page, since he really should be on the dais with the rest of Cobra Command. Speaking of which, why the hell is Wild Weasel wearing his flight helmet? Oh, right, because that's what that toy looks like. So, Destro wades through the crowd, calling them clods as he goes.
Heh, you don't hear that word often enough. Clods.
He gets to the stage just in time to A. prevent Storm Shadow from killing the kid, and or B, make him Miss Cobra Commander. Unlike on the cover, there's nobody directly to the right and behind the commander, but if that guy had been standing there, he'd have been toast. Also, it was incredibly lucky for Destro that Storm Shadow's sword disappeared between panels, or he'd have lost an arm. Destro explains he interfered because Cobra Commander is Billy's father.
Well, I have to do it. I mean, it's a cliche and every single reviewer ever has used this, but it's tradition. So, here goes.
Billy? Dad?
No, I am your father.
Not true. That's impossible.
There, glad we got that out of the way.
And that's how the Cobra story ends, on that cliffhanger. It's not the last page of the comic though, there's an epilogue to the Joe stuff. Since we had Luke and Vader, we now get Han and Chewie.
With a twist!
Ripcord brings back the van, and Bongo reveals she's a girl to Ripcord's delight. She refuses to tell her name, since he claims his own name really is Ripcord. I'll let you in on a secret. Her name is Candy. Candy Apple. Yeah, I'd go with Bongo too. Still, brave of her to make her own destiny and become a balloon bear when her parents gave her such an obvious stripper name.
And that really was celebration.
Like a previous issue, Joe Triumphs, the title has multiple meanings. There were literal celebrations, but they ended with a twist. The Joe party was bittersweet, with the entire original Joe team, saw Snake Eyes, being relegated to desk duty. This must have been a bitter pill for readers that had been with the comic since day one. All their favorite characters were being sidelined. All these great people and heroes. Well, them and Clutch. It's a really sad moment. On the Cobra side of things, well, we already knew all about the assassination plot, but let's spell it out here. Because when you think about it, it's pretty damn horrifying for a kid's comic made to sell toys. They practically brainwash a kid, and let's get real, this was pretty much brainwashing, even if Billy hated Cobra before. And they send him on a suicide mission to kill the commander.
That's pretty damn dark.
Maybe that's why they added all that crap with Bongo the frickin' balloon bear, to add some levity to the issue. Though even that part has brainwashed kids in it. These brats go from regular children to ass kickers in 0 seconds flat. Well, knee kickers anyway. Billy is only stopped because Destro realized he's the commander's son. And while I made the obligatory Star Wars joke, I don't think it's ripping it off. It's in the same ballpark, inasmuch as the main bad guy is also, surprise, a good guy's father, but that's about it. Billy is never a main character, and while their relationship gets explored, it's never the main focus of the whole G.I. Joe versus Cobra thing.
A Star Wars ripoff would be this.
Duke, I am your father. No, that's impossible. You're probably right. What I really like about the issue is you essentially get 2 stories for the price of 1, and both pay off in the end. Very nicely done. In conclusion, it's another great issue I totally recommend you track down.
See you next time, everybody.
Let's celebrate.